Hey you guys, Ben, the Outdoors Air Gunner, out here today with this guy, the Ataman M2R Ultra Carbine, or Carbine Ultra, whatever this thing is. It's pretty darn sweet. We're going to check it out a little bit more in detail today. I'm going to use my brand new FX Pocket Chronograph. I'm going to check its velocity. We're going to check its accuracy here at 50 yards. Try a couple different types of pellets, and we're just going to kind of find out, is this thing really worth the $1,200 that they're asking for it now. And man, I know these things have had a lot of hype, so I know Atamans are pretty dang awesome guns, but is this gun here particularly just all that awesome? Well, stay tuned and you'll find out. Okay guys, so check it out. This is my Ataman M2R Ultra Carbine. This thing is pretty awesome. I have to say, I like this gun a lot. Right now I've got it topped with an ATN X-Sight 4K. Maybe that isn't the ideal scope for this gun because it is a little bit heavy, and this gun, nice and light, foldable. I mean, that's really cool. So ultimately I'll probably put something on here that sort of matches that and is a little bit lighter, more portable type of a scope. But today I wanted to use this X-Sight 4K because I can record through the scope and I can show you guys the groups and everything that I'm getting really easy. So that's why I went ahead and threw this on here. Now, just before we get too much farther, I want to let you guys know a couple of things, problems that I've had with this particular rifle. One has been getting the magazine to be in adjustment so that when I cock to go to the next round, what was happening is that it was like spinning too freely and it would sometimes skip rounds. So you think you've got 10 rounds here in the magazine, but you might not actually get the chance to use all 10 because when you cock, it's going to shoot and go right past some of those rounds. The way I fixed that was by just kind of experimenting. There's a couple of different Allen nuts or screws on here, and those each do different sort of things as far as the tensioning on the springs and the tensioning on the mag. So I kind of had to fiddle with it just a little bit before I had it just right. I mean, the mag seems like it's fairly robust. It's got good construction, but these things are actually about $100 for a mag. So, you know, this is not an entry-level gun. This is something that you're going to get into if you're serious about PCPing. But you know, is it worth it? That's what we're going to find out today. You know, is this something that a serious PCP air gunner is really going to enjoy? The other thing that has happened to me is I've actually had to replace this pellet pusher. On the tip of this pellet pusher, it has a super thin probe or a pusher that actually pushes the pellet into the breech there. And I was doing some pellet testing with it. I think I was trying to use like the H&N Hornets. They didn't fit into the breech particularly great, and I ended up pushing it forward too hard, snapped that pellet pusher off, and so I haven't even been able to shoot this thing for months now, waiting on parts to come in from Russia because it is a Russian gun. So I had to wait for Pyramid Air to get more parts, and finally just recently out at the Pyramid Air Cup I ran into Gene. 2 thumbs up, thanks a ton, buddy, got me the new pellet pusher so I can actually shoot this thing now. After getting the new pellet pusher in, I aired it up and it was leaking air. So I'm thinking, okay, what has gone wrong now? So then I had to take the stock off, take the air tube off. Getting this regulator right here to come out was a kind of a pain in the butt. Let me tell you, I had to put the thing in a vise, and I didn't want to scratch it all up just putting it straight in the vise, so I used a kind of like a piece of rubber to pad in between this regulator and the vise, and then just turn the whole action of the gun. And I really had to crank down hard on that vise before I was able to get this thing to break free. So I had to take the air cylinder and the regulator out. I had to tap out a little set pin there and pull out the valve body, and there's 2 little rubber O-rings that go around that valve body. Apparently those needed replaced. Thanks again to Gene. He gave me some spare O-rings. I threw the O-rings on there, and now it's holding air, working great. So yay! I'm back out here with the Ataman today. Months and months later, I've been dying to shoot this thing and really put it to its paces. And so now I finally get to do that. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So there's the backstory for you guys. Like I say, this thing, given the price point, it should be pretty dang awesome. And I've heard good things about Ataman guns. I've shot other Ataman guns and really enjoyed them. So like I say, I've been really excited to do some work with this one. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is get this guy loaded up. Right now I'm shooting the JSB 1813s, and I'm going to get this guy all loaded up with some 1813s here. I've got my target set out there at 50 yards. I've got my sweet little FX Pocket Chronograph, and I am going to check this thing out. I'm going to shoot some velocity here. I'm going to shoot some accuracy, and we're going to see how it pans out. So one really cool thing about this is that, guys, this is actually using radar. So you don't have to place it out in front of the muzzle where you're likely to shoot your chronograph. No one's ever done that, right? You place it actually underneath, like right about here, and it uses radar to sense the speed of your projectile and eliminates the worry about shooting your chronograph, which is pretty awesome. Not only is that awesome, but it actually goes to an app on your phone. So I've got a screen recording app that I'm going to use together with the FX app so that I can record my chrony results, and I'll put that included here in the footage for you. Not only does it keep track of what your last shot was, but it keeps track of how many shots you've shot, what your extreme spread was. It gives you all kinds of data in that app. So as far as chronies go, guys, this is like next level stuff right here. Super awesome. Excited to use that. One other thing I'm going to mention before we start shooting. I know you guys don't like just hearing a bunch of talk. You want to see it shoot, but check it out. I have done some research on this thing. I watched Ted's video on the gun. Ted's Holdovers got an awesome YouTube channel. Check it out if you haven't already. But if you haven't already, you probably aren't an air gunner and you've been living under a rock. But anyways, guys, Ted, what he said in that his chrony testing is that filling up to the full 300 bar there did not give him really much of an advantage, because even though it's regulated, I guess it took several shots until it was down at about 250 bar before it was really delivering consistent velocity. So maybe that was just his gun. I don't know. Maybe that's the way they all are. In theory, the regulators should sort of take care of that problem and not having that happen, but maybe it is true. And if that's the case, then that actually is not a bad thing, because filling this thing up to 300 bar is sort of like odd, or sort of a pain in the ass, if you know what I'm saying, because I've got an awesome Air Venturi compressor up there in a nice carbon fiber bottle, and I just filled my bottle up to 4,500 psi just this morning, and I'm trying to fill this thing up, and I got it to like 290 bar. I didn't even get it all the way to the 300 bar. And so, I mean, obviously if I could just skip filling it to the 300 and go straight to 250 every time, then that's going to be kind of a lot easier as far as the filling goes. So there you have it, guys. I'm going to get my X-Sight powered on here. I am going to get my pocket chrony set up here. There we go. And we're going to start shooting. So give me just a second while I get all these apps and everything going here, and then we'll be right back with you guys once the shooting starts. All right, guys. So I had this thing sighted in for 25 yards, went ahead, did the one-shot zero, got it sighted in for the 50-yard target here. And like I say, I'm using the JSB 1813s right now, got the pocket chronograph there, got it fired up. That first shot came in at 844, so that's where we're starting off right now, is at 844, and we are ready to rock. That time it didn't advance. See what I'm saying, guys? Sometimes this mag is just a little bit fidgety. Okay, so that group, actually, I must have like screwed something up on my one-shot zero, because that group actually went high and right of where I was aiming. But you'll be able to see from the footage anyways, at least, that I was holding each shot right on that particular aim point that I had. So at least you'll know that I was doing my job as far as holding the gun steady. But the group did not fall where I was aiming. Yeah, it definitely went high and right. I must have screwed something up when I did that one-shot zero. So I'm going to try to go back here into the menu real quick and do another one-shot zero here, fix what I've got going on. I guess that would be more like a 10-shot zero, wouldn't it? Let's just see how these 16 grain pellets do. Basically, these are the Air Arms 16 grain pellets, but more or less these are the same thing as what you guys are used to in the JSB 1589s. JSB makes these pellets for Air Arms. I don't have any of the 1589s right now, but I've got these 16s, so that's why I wanted to do the comparison here between the two. So here we go. Let's get shooting. I don't feel like it's registering on the chronograph. There we go. I had it in the wrong position. Okay guys, so I think it came off the regulator. But that was my last shot. So there we go. I'm still learning about exactly how to use this guy right here. Obviously, I shot 20 shots. I shot 2 mags, but I've only got 15 shots registered here on the device. So, you know, I've got a little more work to do there on just figuring out exactly how to place this thing. But I mean, I have a feeling that if I would have shot 20 shots over a regular chronograph, I probably would have missed and errored out on 5 of them or so. Anyways, you guys have seen my other videos. You probably have seen me having a wonderful time with that old chronograph that I used to use. So anyways, that's that. Save that little video there. All right, so we're done with the chrony. Basically, it looks like more or less this thing, for me anyways, guys, is only getting right around 20 shots before it starts to fall off the regulator and drops pretty considerably in the velocity. Obviously, we'll be playing back that chronograph footage so you guys can kind of see what it did there. But 20 shots, that's enough. You know, I'd like to see it get a little bit more than that. But I mean, for a gun that I'm just going to get out very seldomly and eliminate a pest here or there, this isn't something that I'm looking to take out and go do prairie dogs all day long or something with. I think that 20 shots is more than adequate. And I'm going to just go ahead and get this guy turned off here. There we go. Very cool. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at those groups down there, a closer look, and then we'll get the video wrapped up for you guys, all right? All right, guys, so here it is. This is my group right there. That's the group I got with the 18-1-3s. Here's the group I got with the 16 grains. I'm going to definitely say that the 18-1-3s are shooting better. Now, a couple of these shots, probably these two, might have been falling low because it was running low on pressure, fell off the regulator. This shot way down here is my sighter. That's where I shot for the 1-shot 0. And then apparently I screwed that up. But I had this one a little bit closer to 0. But this was my first group, 18-1-3s. That's not terrible. Whoa, stay up here, target. You know, that's not terrible. I'm happy with that for a 50-yard group. I mean, I think if I practiced a little more with the gun, maybe had a little bit better scope on it. Not that the ATN's bad, but if I had something with a little more zoom, some nice clear glass, like a nice hawk or something on there, might be able to even get slightly better than that for the group. But definitely not bad, guys. I'm happy with that for a 50-yard group. I think that something like that would easily take care of whatever squirrels, rabbits, doves, skunks, whatever it is that I'm trying to take care of out here on the ranch. And that's what the gun is for. It's not an extreme bench rest target shooter. It is a foldable, compact, nice power 22 caliber pest elimination device, and that's what I have it for, and I think it'll do that job really well. So there's another little quick look for you guys at the groups. Not bad. We got this one here, about the size of my thumb. I'm gonna say that's 1.5 inches across there. And we've got this one here, that's probably 2.5, 3 inches right there. So definitely 18-1-3s is where it's at. And let's go ahead, head back over to the gun, give the video a wrap, all right? All right, guys, so there it is. Ataman M2R, finally got a chance to shoot this thing. And I am pretty pleased with it, you know. It's definitely, it's a well-built gun. You know, it has its little quirks, its few little issues. Like I say, pellet pusher, had a problem with that. The seals there, but you could have a problem with the seals in any gun. Doesn't matter if it's a $200 gun or a $2,000 gun. O-rings are O-rings, and they're only going to last so long. So definitely, I'm not upset about that. It wasn't hard to get it apart, thanks to Gene over there at Pyramid Air. Told me what I needed to do, and it actually was not difficult. The gun is, as far as in its construction, is just about as simple as you can get something like this, and have it be as finely made as it is, but still work. So it's not a super complex construction, was not hard to take it apart, other than just breaking that loose there. I had to use the vise. But as far as figuring it out, guys, I'm not like a gun scientist, and I figured it out no problem. ATN seems to be working good. I hope you guys enjoy that ATN scope footage there that I got for you on the target. And I mean, I'm just pretty excited to see what I might be able to do with this guy. We've got plenty of rats, squirrels, skunks, cottontails, collared doves. I mean, we've got plenty of small game that I think this thing would do an awesome job on. So how about, if you liked this video, first of all, give me a thumbs up, and then leave me a comment. Let me know, what do you want to see me shoot with this thing? And that's what we'll do in the next video, and we'll make sure we get that on camera and get it up for you guys. But I think I told you guys enough. If you need to know anything else about this Ataman, you know, let me know in the comments, and I'll try to put that in the next video for you as well. But here we have it, the Ataman M2R Ultra Carbine. This thing is really nice, and I'm stoked to be a proud owner of one. And that's it for today. I'm Ben, the Outdoors Air Gunner. Outdoors, having a whole lot of fun with my air guns. I hope you guys are too, and I will see you in the next video. Okay guys, just had to shoot one more group, and these last 3 shots here, I fell off the regulator, but this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shots, all right there at 50 yards. I had shot in a few shots here, see, I'd done those, and I was shooting the gong out at 75 yards. So the thing, like I say, only gets 20 shots of fill. So you got to keep filling the thing up. But I thought, well, what the heck, I know I'm off the reg, I'm going to shoot these last 3. So that kind of screwed my group up there. But before I did that, if you take those 3 shots out of the equation, Look at the size of that group right there. That's a 50-yard group. Definitely beats my first group there. I mean, like I say, with a little, I'm just getting more and more practice time in with the thing, and that group is starting to look pretty nice, guys. So there you have it. Definitely, it's an accurate gun. Like I say, it's not quite hair-splitting, 100-yard extreme bench rest accurate, but for anything I'm going to do with it, it has got more than enough accuracy. I'm excited. I'm stoked. And that's it. Just had to throw that little bit on the end there for you guys. Show you a little bit more of the accuracy that thing is capable of. And there you go. See you guys.